I am David, owner of Uplands Farm. Hello, hello. Look, usually my audience is 200 hens, right? So, yeah, if you want to sit there and cackle. Sorry. My audience is usually 200 hens. So if you want to sit there and cackle, go ahead. And if you choose to ignore me, that's fine too, because I'm used to that. It's all good. But anyway, stick to the script. How much time have I got? I just don't know. Anyway, some of you might know me as the little prick with the noisy rooster. Just want to straighten that out, that our motto at Uplands Farm is home of the big cock, okay? You're a randy bunch. And I just noticed, I was wondering where that came from, but my wife had scribbled that note into my notes, so thanks, honey. Well, where are we going now? Oh, yes. About 15 years ago, I bought an acre and a half on Uplands Drive as a retirement project. So 5 years ago, I retired, and I walked into City Hall. I said, how many chickens can I have? Oh, no maximum. Many as you want. Perfect. I said, sell me a farm business license right away. Oh, we don't. We don't license farms. Perfect. How long did that last? Well, they still don't sell farm licenses, believe it or not. So I started my farm in late 2019. I had 100 chickens. I had over an acre, so roosters were allowed. They still are, as far as I know. And we started selling eggs, just a fridge and a sign at the roadway. In 2022, we achieved provincial farm status, and the want for the fresh eggs was overwhelming. Nothing but positive, never a complaint. I'll always love this comment. Oh my, they're still warm, right? That's fresh. That's a 15-minute city, folks. When you can have a 15-minute old egg on your breakfast table. I'm not a 15-minute city guy. That's just, I'm throwing it out there, okay? Yeah. 5 years later, that's up to today, we fed over 100,000 people. Wow. Yeah, 100,000 people. By best estimation. Now that's food security. We're just a little farm, 2 people running it. We fed 100,000 people in 5 years. I'm pretty proud of that. If you just look at the numbers, if there was 10 of us doing that, now you've fed a million people. That's food security. That's what we're looking for. Anyway, I'm going on about, because time is probably running here, Reimagine Nanaimo, this new expensive program. The city has, yeah, I know. It has a food security provision in there that apparently nobody from the city has read. Okay. My farm isn't completely in line with their big ideas. Anyway, to go on, our chicken farm, passed yearly flock checks, and the chickens were constantly scored perfect in body mass. The chickens are ethically raised, free range. We sell out daily. Hundreds of very thankful neighbors and friends. 90% of our immediate neighbors are customers. Uplands Farm also provides free snow removal to our needy neighbors. We provide seasonal seedlings and vegetables free to the community. We strive to be a professional, positive influence in the community. So you got to say, well, what happened? Well, there's a big list here, and I'm running out of time. So I'm going to get right to it. The city reneged on the bylaw, which is a contract apparently between me and the city that says I can have unlimited chickens. Well, they reneged on it and harassed me steady for the last 3 years. And this June 5th, they hired Lidstone and Company, apparently some bigwig law firm out of Vancouver, right? They couldn't even deal with it themselves. Are we not? Oh, what do they want? Well, they want money. They want money. They say to me, shut her down, Dave. Shut her down, Dave. Okay? Or, as an alternative, we will fine you $50,000 per day. $50,000 per day. Yeah. Plus $300 a day for this, $100 per day for that, and $150 per day for anything else, I guess. I'm not sure. And if I was to lose in Supreme Court, I have to cover the costs. Well, we've been doing this for 5 years, and we're not doing it to make money. We do it for the community. Yeah. It costs, we sell the eggs for $7 a dozen. It costs about $3.50 just for feed and scratch and stuff. Add in coops, fences, whatever else. It's not a money-making proposition. Okay, I'm glad I cut it short. I just got cut off, guys. See, that's what happens to me.
Okay, you're not done.
Shut her down, Dave.
And we're going to invite up the other farmers up on stage. And this is your opportunity, community, to come up and answer the question. Whoa! And I want to just mention that it was Wayne who said earlier, one solution, you mentioned it. You remember what it was? Okay, there's another solution that I have in mind here, and that's your presence. I am absolutely amazed right now at how present each one of you are. Like, amazing. And I'm going to ask that your presence remains here this evening until tonight's event is done. Okay? It's going to really help us to finish in a really impactful way and kind of pull it all together. So if you can, stay here to the end. We've got some questions here.
My question is, not only for the farmers, but for the rest of the community that is here representing probably the entire city. Cheryl, you said you weren't aware of that fine. Would it be a good thing for the community that is here and aware to protest at the city, the next council meeting? We gotta do something to save this farm. Cheryl, I'm just asking you as a council member, what is the, I understand that, okay, farmers, do you have any ideas of questions that we, or some way that we could get it through to the council? We, as a community, must say this farm, other farms, local food sources, it's up to us to spread the word. Are you guys in for that idea? Would you say that we have that happen?
Do you want to quickly say what you've tried?
Spreading the word is good, but you're spreading it to closed ears. So, that's my point.
Okay, Andrea, I've been very passionately lobbying or supporting local farmers because since we all live in an island, food security and sustainability is very important, extremely important. What you're doing there, amazing, hats off to you. And my question, I recently came to know that Banco Island is producing only 20% eggs, and remaining 80% eggs we are bringing it from somewhere else. So since we are talking on this note, do we have in Banco Island enough land, enough infrastructure where we can be self-sustainable to produce 100% eggs by ourselves?
Everybody can have chickens. It's not a big deal, okay? If you got half a dozen, you're going to get half a dozen or 5 eggs. It's not hard.
And were you not doing that, David? Were you not giving eggs or hens? Were you trying that?
Oh, yes.
You want to mention that?
Hi, Jim Smith. This is to the Uplands farmer. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name at the start. What was the reason given by the city for trying to shut you down?
Probably neighbors who complained. They never really tell me anything, right? They just show up with this big letter from the lawyer.
Yeah, so much for transparency. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Bowden. This is a question for all farmers. I'm just wondering, is there somewhere where we could go to support farmers like CSA boxes, which is a community-supported agriculture? I've done it in the past where you buy a box from a farmer every week. But I've had a hard time finding any in Nanaimo right now, so I'm just wondering, is there somewhere where you could go to get these CSA boxes?
I wouldn't know that. We sold from our carport, from a fridge, and we sold out every day doing that. So maybe one of these, maybe they can address it.
Good job.
And I would try to talk to the farmers if you stop at a farm stand, because they probably have a lot more than what they put out on the road.
Can I just add to the, Nancy mentioned the farmers markets as a good place to find local farmers. It's also a good place to find the farmers that are doing the CSAs. So you can try their product. If you like their product, a lot of them will have the CSAs and you can follow up with that way.
I want to thank each of you for what you're doing to attempt to continue to farm, and I know it's not a great environment to be doing it in. I'm curious to hear from any of you about where you think this is actually going, why you're going through such a stressful time. And David, this is a question for you as well. Are you still actually operating, or have you been shut down? Thank you.
Just to calm the furor that was going on, we've eliminated our flock pretty much, and we only have a minimal amount of birds left for personal use. The stress was too bad. You got bylaws showing up at your door. You got animal control showing up at your door, banging every week. Somebody new would show up at the door complaining about something. And interesting, we never got any bylaw tickets. They just kept coming and complaining, and they won't listen. Forget it.
And there's so much more to David's story. and he's being very modest tonight. They were also doing a program where they were helping people get their own laying hens. Were you doing that for minimal cost or even for free?
Oh, we had a program where we would supply 3 laying hens for free to anybody who wanted them.
And truly, I tried really hard to not be too doom and gloom with my speech. This is literally just scratching the surface. So I would say support the new farmers that aren't already in burnout and retiring. It's bad, guys.
Let's hear it for the farmers.